It's Friday, September the 8th, 2023, about 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. And this is a Friday edition of Coffee Talk. Thin Nan 10, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you being here. And thank you for the likes. 2 likes, those of you who have left me. Hillbilly Josh, thank you. Appreciate both of you. And I think you had asked me how was my day, or something other about how the day went. I will tell you, at 4 p.m. it became the weekend, and it became a very good day at 4 p.m. So it's a very good day right now. And Mike Kreshler Reviews, thanks for coming in, Mike. These are some very, very good channels that are coming in right now. If you are not connected, I encourage each of you to connect to each other. Mike puts out some very good ration reviews. And if you want something involving food or rations, Mike's your man. Dewey Private Kids, thank you for coming in, Dewey Private Kids. So it is the weekend. Thank God it's the weekend. If you are on the other side of the world, it is already Saturday. Right now it's about 8 o'clock Saturday morning. If you're over in the Philippines, in Taiwan, in Japan, it's the next day already. So thank you for coming in. And I am off this weekend, so I will be able to post on my community wall. I will be able to do some work for my Saturday evening live stream, and I will be able to do some prep work, which I definitely need to do. 7 in the house, 5 likes. Margie TV. Margie has an excellent channel. She is over on the other side of the world. It's about 8 o'clock her time right now. Margie, thank you for coming. I appreciate you so much. If you have not connected to Margie, please connect to Margie. She has an excellent channel, and she's one of my biggest supporters. Die Bullfrog 79, Uncle Al, thank you for coming in, Uncle Al. I hope you did well at the dentist, and I hope you are not suffering too much pain right now. I know having work done on your teeth is not fun, and God bless you. I know you're having a little bit of a recovery. Danger Dale, thank you for coming in, Danger Dale. Danger Dale's got an excellent channel. If you're not connected to Danger Dale, please connect to Danger Dale. 8 in the house, 5 likes. We're 4 minutes in. So, I need to order rations. I'm going to look and see what sort of deals I can get on rations. I'll post on my community wall what I wind up getting. I encourage you, if you do not have 2 or 3 cases of rations stored for emergencies, that's something that everybody needs. Whether you believe in prepping or not, being ready for a storm or a power outage or something, you can open up rations and you can pull out all sorts of goodies. And that way you can mix and match what you want. Normally when you get a case of rations, there are 12 rations in a case. There's in the military, you've got a case A, which is 12 different menus, and you've got a case B, which is 24 different menus normally with the military for standard combat rations. And you'll have a selection of various items. You'll have breakfast menus, you'll have lunch and dinner menus, you'll have all sorts of goodies in them. And if you don't have any, you need to. I will be mailing out my 1,300 subscriber box tomorrow to Elena Cheeky, AK Fabe. I will be mailing out a 1,400 subscriber box tomorrow, and I'll go ahead and let you know who it was. I haven't got the video finished, but I've got the where I pulled the name, and it'll be the Old Fart Gamer, and Old Fart Gaming won the 1,400. He'll be the 1,400. I'm working on 1,500 right now. I'm at like 1,414 subscribers, and it could be 2 weeks from now, it could be a month from now, but I'll get to 1,500, and I will be doing a 1,500 subscriber giveaway. So right now is the time to buy white rice. Most recent price I got, 6 in the house, 6 likes. Most recent, Little Lone Prepper, thank you for coming in. The most recent price I got on white rice over at Sam's was a 50-pound bag of white rice for $25.98, which is a good deal. Right now, you can get a 50-pound bag of white rice for $25.98. You can get a 25-pound bag of flour for $15.98. And you can get a 50-pound bag of pinto beans for $38.48. I encourage you to get at least one of each of those. Also, you can get smaller quantities. You can get a 12-pound bag of pinto beans for $9.28. You can get a 6-pack of 16-ounce cans of Bush pinto beans for $5.98. So you're basically paying about $1 a pound for the Bush beans. And those, basically, you need a can opener. You open the can, and then you go ahead and you heat them up. And, you know, you can recreate the cookout scene from Blazing Saddles, one of my favorite scenes. A 12-pack of cup of soup is $5.98. You're going to be paying about 50 cents for a cup of soup. You basically just need to heat water. Bus Stop, thanks for coming in, Bus Stop. Any trolls tonight? Not so far, but we're ready. I got my backup with me, and if we start getting trolled, have at it. I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder, some of these people, they have nothing better to do than to, you know, make stupid comments. So, one of the things I probably need to do to show y'all how much you can get from a case of rations, I basically need to open up a case and just open up an inventory what's in a case of rations. I mean, open up each ration and just pull stuff out and show you what you're getting for your money. That way you might appreciate a little bit better. KP Heathen, thanks for coming in, KP Heathen. We've had 10 so far, 9 currently in the house, 7 likes. If you have not given me a like, please leave a like. It'll help me with the algorithm. Last night, I was not feeling the best in the world. I did 45 minutes. When I did 45 minutes, I had about 13 hours of watch time from the people who were in for those 45 minutes, which was not bad. Aiden A1K Gaming, thank you for coming in. Aiden A1K Gaming. I will be, without a doubt, posting on my community wall tomorrow, and I will be shouting out those channels that are here tonight and that were here the last couple of nights. I need to really, I wrote down names of people who came in from the last 2 nights and who were identified on my channel, and I need to go ahead and I need to shout them out. I intend to do that either this evening or tomorrow, depending on how I feel. A lot of the channels that are in here right now have been former winners of my giveaway boxes. Little Lone Prepper, Die Bullfrog 79, Mike Kreschler all won a box. If you stay with me long enough, it usually happens. Haven't seen Claudette this evening. Claudette was another winner. Claudette's up in Canada. How do you win a box? Well, for one thing, if you look at any of my regular videos, I normally put the contest rules in my normal my regular videos. Walter Davis, thanks for coming in, Walter. You need to leave me a supportive comment and a like on my last 5 videos. I'm not talking about wall posts. I'm not talking about shorts. I'm not talking about live streams. I'm talking about actual videos. My last video that I dropped was my 1,300 subscriber video, and it has the rules. It also lists the 42 channels that qualified for the drawing this last time. I drew 2 names. I drew a 1,300 and I drew a 1,400. I haven't got the 1,400 video ready yet, but I will be doing it as a premiere. But I do know who won, and I will be sending them their box tomorrow. And when I send a box, you can ask anybody, I send out nice boxes. It's my gift, my give it back for every 100 subscribers. Thank you, Dewey Private Kids. Walter, I've been talking about buying rice and beans and flour. Right now, the situation over in Europe with the start of World War III, which we can say it's early World War III, they're over there screwing up exports. The Ukrainians are not able to export their grains. By not exporting their grains, now you've got India, who basically receives a lot of the exports from Ukraine. They're saying they're not going to export their rice, and they're not going to export sugar. China, they're also in a bad way. China wants to be the bully of all their neighbors. They got everybody pissed off around them, you know, and the communist government over there, they got all these people pissed off at them, and they're hurting for food. They have 1.5 billion people. India has 1.5 billion people. I mean, right at about half the world's population is over in that area of the world. And then there's some idiots in leadership positions here who seem to think we can take on the other half of the world in. And it's just killing us. All the illegals coming in. I mean, we don't take care of our own people. We don't take care of our veterans. And here we are bringing in and allowing all these illegals to come in. And it's all planned, because basically what they want to do is they want to create a world government. They want to bring the United States down to a level that's like third world, like everybody else. They want to make us socialist. And Mr. Whistle, thanks for coming in. I am working on trying to monetize. I'm hoping to be able to monetize by Christmas. In order for me to monetize, I have to have 4,000 cumulative watch hours by Christmas. I'm building, and it's building up, but I'm not where I need to be. So I need you guys to help me out. Doors G Vlog, another wonderful channel, Doors. Thanks for coming in, young lady. And these are channels that I support. These are channels that I try to give watch time to. I oftentimes run a playlist. MREs, the first aid kit, stormproof matches, hot sauce, a copy of the U.S. Constitution, a couple other things. Yeah, that's some of the stuff that I give. I give out. Yep. Well, China's buying in a big way. A lot of it will be given to countries that historically buy Ukrainian grains, by Russia blocking it. China can grease the wheels with goodwill. I tell you what, we need to deal with China. They need to learn that there is a God, and that we represent God in the United States. We're God's people, and they need to learn that. Militarily, China cannot stand up to us. They're trying to build a blue water navy. Tonnage wise, they can't stand up to us. Weapons wise, they can't stand up to us. If we got into a shooting war with China, they wouldn't have a surface fleet I don't know that they'd have any submarines unless they were hiding someplace, but they wouldn't have a surface fleet in the first couple of days of the war. They would be struggling trying to maintain air superiority over mainland China, which, trust me, our stuff will be over there. They're just not bright enough to understand that. Now, another thing is, if we did get into a shooting war with China, all these Chinese people that they've been bringing in, all these young men they're bringing in, and they're stationing them, don't think that they're not trying to set up so that they can basically come in and do a lot of sabotage, mess up our grid, affect our civilian population, and they will screw our civilian population up. Now, the military will make them pay for it, but civilian-wise, oh yeah, they'll do some serious damage to our power grid. They'll mess up our, you'll have people starving, people who don't prepare, people who don't have what they need to have. You'll have people that are, inside of a week, they're going to be crying and starving and asking for FEMA and, oh, I don't have anything to eat. IQs will rise because the population of the stupid will fall. I mean, I'm telling the truth. Potato Cat 5000. What is this Potato Cat 5000? Potato Cat 5000. Well, I tell you what, Potato Cat 5000. I will share you out on my... I will go ahead and I will share your channel out. Link it. I just linked Potato Cat 5000. Oh yes, the Chinese, they basically poach everywhere. They go into other people's waters. They claim all the South China Sea. They send thousands of these fishing boats in to basically strip whatever they can out of coastal waters that belong to their neighbors. And they've been doing that to the Philippines. The Philippines doesn't have a big navy. We are treaty bound to support the Philippines. Becoming dangerous. Thank you for coming in. We are treaty bound to support the Philippines. The Philippines used to belong to the United States until an idiot, and I won't mention his name, basically gave it back. But English is one of their two official languages. And they used to use the, what in the world is this? Amber Adams. I don't know. Amber, don't spam my channel. Limit it to a couple of emojis. And if you have a decent comment to make a decent comment. I will tell you I am old school. I'm a baby boomer. I have traditional values. And I don't play at anything woke, which is a joke. Yeah, the Russians and the Chinese, they had like a dozen ships that were like pushing our territorial waters, and we sent out like some destroyers and a Poseidon to basically see what they were up to. They were having maneuvers. Ulysses Aspra Snacks, thank you for coming in, Laredo. The United States was built on immigration. I have no problem with legal immigration. I have no problem if every rich person on the planet that's independently wealthy decides they want to move over here, let them come in and have at it. I do not believe that my tax money should be paying for these people that come across the border, and then they claim, "Oh, I'm a refugee." You know, if there are problems, you know, with these countries, Manifest Destiny basically states that, you know, in our hemisphere, we're the big dog. So then, if they're having problems down there, maybe we need to send the military down there and deal with those cartels. Maybe we need to send the military down there to deal with the socialists. And trust me, we could send the military down there to deal with them and tell them, take care of it. We're looking the other direction. And there'd be a lot of population control in that part of the world. Ulysses is from Laredo. I've been to Laredo. It's a border city. It's a small city, a couple of 100,000 people. Maybe the population's increased since I've been there. They've got some good schools. They've sponsored the Texas Skills USA, which is basically the vocational competition throughout Texas in high schools. We would traditionally take a team down there. We'd spend the weekend. Our kids would compete against other. Sometimes they would have the regionals there, and then on occasion they'd sponsor the state competition. A lot of times the state competition for Skills USA would be in Corpus Christi, Texas. And I used to always take a group down there from my school to compete. They would qualify for the state. They'd go to regionals, and they'd win at regionals, and then they'd qualify for state, and they'd go to state. Every once in a while, we'd have somebody qualify for nationals. Nationals was normally in Kansas City, Kansas. Becoming dangerous. That would actually be a proper use of our military, protecting our borders and country. Yes, David, do you realize that right now you have the same view of imagination as liberty sanctuary cities? LOL. Strange times we're living in. Yeah, they're actually starting to cry. They're actually starting to cry about the illegals. Some of these sanctuary cities. That black Mayor Adams, young guy, probably 40s or so, up in New York City. He's been trying to figure out how to get people out of his city to all the suburbs and little surrounding cities, trying to swamp them. You know, they want to send thousands of illegals that are showing up there. They want to send them someplace where the population might be 50,000. He's got a population of 10 million or so, and he's crying about having 20, 25,000 illegals. Creative Redundancy, thank you for coming in. So, the thing about, you know, all the immigration and the illegals coming in, there are a lot of illegals coming in that are illegal, that are criminals. The worst of the worst we're getting. They come in, they're bringing in drugs. You've got people overdosing, dying from drugs. Illegal drugs, killing people. Boopsie. What in the world is Boopsie? Hey, Bus Stop, I think this might be one of your weirdos. Boopsie? Boopy? Boopy? I don't know. I have no sympathy for Mayor Adams. Well, I have no sympathy for Mayor Adams. I have no sympathy for any of these liberal blue cities. You know? I mean, they had a nut that was mayor in Chicago, and what did they do? They doubled down and they got a bigger nut. And they're having so many problems when it comes to shootings. You know, the thing is, if thugs want to shoot each other, let the thugs have at it. But then they shoot some little girl or some grandparent. I was watching some videos. You get these idiots that want to break in somebody's house. They want to break somebody's front door down. They want to break into somebody's house, and they're trying to, you know, they're trying to bang the door. And I don't know if they're high on drugs or whatever they are. And then they break the door, and then all of a sudden, bang, 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 and then they fall out the front door with the headshot. But the world's a better place afterwards. You know, and the people are freaking out. The wife is freaking out. You know, they're freaking out. But the world's a better place. One less idiot. And you got to think of it like that. Yeah, I'm on a roll this evening. I'm basically stating what my opinion is. I'm a firm believer in treating people the way you want to be treated. I am a firm believer in helping people out. I'm a firm believer in this Boy Scout motto, be prepared. I tell people to have a blessed day, but I have no sympathy for criminals. And I think they need to be dealt with the way they used to be dealt with. You know, back in the day, they'd have a trial. Somebody be found guilty of, you know, something warrants the death penalty. They'd build a gallows, or they'd have a gallows or a hanging tree or whatever in the town square. Everybody'd come out and eat popcorn and cotton candy and caramel apples and watch the hanging. And that hanging would take place within a few days. It wasn't like they were going to go to prison for like 5 to 6, 7 years, you know, and you got them in prison. No, they'd hang them. That's the way things traditionally were. And I know it's been maybe 80 years since they've had like one of those public hangings. Maybe 80-ish years since they've done it. But they need to go back to it. Oliver. Let's see who this Oliver is. Oliver, you have 20 subscribers and 44 videos. Me and my sis have matching PFPs, and I'm so happy. People with the most numbers will heart and like. Something I slipped unexpectedly. Are you a child, Oliver? I will go ahead and I will share your channel. I will put a link to Oliver's channel. Got 8 in the house, 10 likes. I'm sorry, they got me going this evening. 10 in the house, 10 likes. They got me going this evening. And I am, oh Lord, I guess the wife might have come home. My wife and daughter were going to go over to church this evening to do some cooking. They're feeding some of the people at the church. And that's one of my dogs. I think that's Catfish, maybe. I've got 2 dogs. I've got Maya and I've got Catfish. I probably need to do a new short showing them. They're good dogs, and they're good guard dogs. You know, and you need everybody should have a good watchdog or guard dog. They've got a very good sense of smell. They've got very good hearing. They will let you know if somebody's around your property, and you need to be able to respond accordingly. Now, right now, you know, where I live, I've got very good law enforcement. I always thank the responders, the police, the sheriff's department, Department of Public Safety. We've got very good law enforcement in the area. We've got very good firefighters and EMTs. We've got a couple of good hospitals. This is a very nice, this is a, what you call a red area. And our roads are good. Neighborhoods are good. We got nice stores. You know, it's a big old country town. And we don't have a high crime rate here, but there are a lot of places where it's not like that, and it's dangerous to live in those places. Also, they have an election. Look who gets elected. You know, Why do you think people are moving out of those areas? And then they tax you to death. Very high taxes. You need to think about all that. A lot of people are moving to Texas. A lot of people are moving to Florida. People are moving to areas away from... They're moving out of California. They're moving out of Illinois. They're moving out of New York. They're moving out of a lot of these areas where you got all the woke, you know, progressive. They don't enforce laws. They don't require bail. You know, somebody commits a crime, they let them out. They go back to another crime. And then when somebody winds up having to deal with them, you know, then they want to try the person that dealt with them. Chloe Weeks, let me look at your channel. Chloe Weeks, thank you for coming in. Chloe, you do not have any subscribers, and you got one video short, which has one view. You must have just started a channel. I will tell you this, I will link your channel on my channel. This is Chloe Weeks' channel. Backos everywhere. Everywhere. Alright, everywhere is W-H-E-R-E. Everywhere. You might want to change the name of your channel to make it a little bit more coherent. No subscribers, 65 videos. Backhouse everywhere. I will go ahead and I will link your channel. I'll share it out. If people want to join, they can. I think this is a minor. Amber Adams, hi. I will share out Amber Adams. We got some channels coming in that I don't know, but it's up to you. I will share these channels out. Bus Stop, you may want to try to connect with some of these channels, son. 12 in the house, 10 likes. I will go ahead and share out Oliver again. Three minutes in, 12 in the house, 10 likes. If you haven't left a like, leave a like. Jocelyn, thank you for coming in. Jocelyn's Vlog of Taiwan. Jocelyn has an excellent channel. She is a good friend. If you are not connected to Jocelyn, I encourage you to connect to Jocelyn's channel. Jocelyn puts out very good content. Beautiful young lady. And she has a very good channel. A lot of the woke liberals move to the South, then try to change it to what they moved away from. You know, I will say this right now. There is a growing Republic of Texas movement. They tend to meet in Houston. And they are pushing for us to secede from the Union. One of the things that would happen if Texas did secede from the Union, I am pretty sure that there would be a purge. We would basically kick out a bunch, the big cities. They would go in and basically evict a lot of these people out of the state. We do not need, you know, a lot of the people who live in Dallas, that live in Houston, millions of people, we need to get rid of these people. Do not need to be in Texas. They don't follow our beliefs. They don't behave the way we do. All Austin, Texas is full of nuts. The governor is constantly threatening to basically take over the city government and law enforcement up in Austin because of the nuts that are up there, all the woke, you know, liberals, the LGBTQ queer nuts that are up there. Right now, I was looking at, they're trying to get rid of the Attorney General, Ken Paxton, and a lot of these people are Republicans. He ordered the Texas Rangers to start investigating the FBI, certain organizations and individuals that are not helping the United States, and they were refusing to do it, and now they're after him. You know, one of the first things I would do if I was the governor and I was going to look into seceding is that once we had a and legally Texas can secede from the union. Texas can legally secede from the union. If we were going to do that, first thing I would do is I would mobilize the Guard. Our National Guard is a pretty strong group. I would basically go in and I would take over some of the federal reservations. I would basically shut down the FBI, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, any State Department, anything related to that in our cities. I would basically shut them down. I would close down their facilities. I would evict them. And I would basically place the National Guard along our borders. I would make sure that the wall was completed, and then I would basically start going through and we would be evicting illegals. Anybody who doesn't want to be a Texan would start evicting them. Now that's just a fantasy, because I don't think it'll happen. I mean, it could happen. I would be so happy if it did, but you know, I don't know that it will happen here. But we do, if the world is going to survive, if the United States is going to survive, we cannot keep going the way we're going. We cannot. And we do need to look at, you know, what's going on. Did you know that the state of Texas has massive gold reserves? We could have our own currency based on gold. We have very high gold reserves. We are stronger than any nation in Europe. I think the exception may be Germany. Germany's economy might be a little bit stronger than the Texas economy from the standpoint of, you know, I mean, we're a large country. And I'm sure that if Texas decided to secede from the nation, there would be other border states that would want to join us, you know, under our lead. You'd have you would basically have like a heartland that would be a conservative country. I mean, if you're going to think about it, that I could write a really nice novel. It'd be fictional, but I could write a really nice novel about the process and about what would happen. They'd get mad at me for it. You could just imagine if I sent the Texas Rangers to Washington, D.C. to go arrest a bunch of people up there. You know, they issue some bench warrants, send the Rangers. Uranium Entertainment. Let's look at your channel, Uranium. 117 subscribers, 66 videos. I am going to, let me see here, I will link your channel. Well, I'm on a rant this evening, politics. I'm on a rant. I'm on a rant right now. But, you know, You can call it a conspiracy theory or whatever, but there's a big push to try to take everything green. There's a big push they want to depopulate. They feel like there's too much population. All I know is ball dead. What in the world? All I know is ball. When I was a principal, I was oftentimes forced, I will link your channel. When I was a principal, I was oftentimes forced to hire coaches. And I was forced to have them teach. Right. You're my dad. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus, Lord have mercy. I was always into academics when I was a principal. I'm teaching now. I came out of retirement and I'm teaching. And my principal today asked me to help, in addition to what I do, to help work with 6th grade. 6th grade there's a lot of kids in special services in 6th grade that they need help. So this next week I'm going to start trying to help more with 6th grade. But when I was a principal, I was involved with academics. I was very big on dual credit. I was very big on early college, where kids are taking their classes for credit in high school and college at the same time. Community college. Here in Victoria, we have Victoria Community College. The school district had, and I don't know if it's the same now because I haven't been involved here. In my last 5 years, I worked in a smaller district outside of this area, but I did work with the community college here, and I had kids that were taking dual credit classes. They would take their junior English, and they were getting freshman credit for freshman college English. They'd take their senior English, and they were getting credit for sophomore college English. They'd take their American history to get their history out of the way. They'd take government economics, and they'd get that out of the way. They would take algebra to get algebra. They would take, academic courses that were college freshman level, sophomore level courses that they would take as a high school student to get dual credit. And at one point here in Victoria, we had a Liberty Academy that was open, and basically they had got a grant, and it was like a multi-year, multi-million-dollar grant. And the kids who would go to the Liberty Academy, they would get free tuition to Victoria College. And the idea being, if they would go ahead, their 4 years in high school, take what they need to do academically, be able to achieve it, they would graduate with an associate's degree when they graduate from high school. And it would be a free degree. They would not have any debt from it. When I was over in Yorktown, we would pay for their textbooks. We'd make sure they had their textbooks, and they'd have to turn them in afterwards, but we would get them their textbooks. And we would get them a discount on their classes. Now, VISD, which is a lot bigger district, had an agreement where they basically would pay $50 a class. When my daughter was finishing up her associate's degree, you'd pay, I think, and this is after she graduated, because she graduated from high school with her freshman year out of the way. She had 30 college hours when she graduated from high school. She had more hours than anybody in her freshman class. I mean, her senior class. She had 30 college hours. And she wound up finishing up over at Victoria College. I was paying about $260 a class for her after she graduated. I was paying about $260 a class at that time. I don't know what it is now. It's probably over $300, $350, maybe more. I don't know. When she finished at VC, she transferred to University of Houston, Victoria, and those classes were over $1,000 a class. Right now, she's finishing her graduate degree in counseling, hopefully in December, and her classes are running over $2,000 a class for graduate level, master's level classes. Over $2,000. It's not cheap. Not cheap at all. And I could talk about that kind of stuff all day long. Well, I'm glad you know ball. And I have a daughter. She's 25 years old. I'm her dad. That's the only kid I claim. She lives with me. Love of my life. I would write an executive order affirming the 10th Amendment, followed by arresting the local federal agents for treason. Yeah, I agree with you, Wayne. Now these idiots want to use the 14th Amendment on Trump. You know, they're wanting to use the 14th. Well, let me put it this way. Trump did not participate in the Civil War. He's old, but he's not that old. And he certainly wasn't a Democrat. The Democrats are losing their minds. I mean, they haven't been the way they are now since the Republicans freed their slaves. Oh, and did y'all know that the slave owners were the Democrats? It wasn't the Republicans that were slave owners. It was the Democrats who were the slave owners. Now they got a bunch of black people who think, well, I gotta support the Democratic Party because they support me and they helped free me. No, they didn't. The Ku Klux Klan? Who the hell do you think the Ku Klux Klan was made up of? Democrats. You know? The 14th Amendment was basically put forth after the Civil War, to prevent Confederate generals like Nathan Bedford Forrest, who was the founder of the Klan. You know, he would have been governor of Louisiana. He would have got elected governor of Louisiana. So the 14th Amendment was basically to keep these former Confederates, some of those generals, from becoming senators and becoming governors and running their states. You know, when they were coming back into the Union. Hell, they tried to impeach Johnson, who had been vice president under Lincoln, who, when Lincoln was assassinated, he became president. He was a Democrat. And they came close, wanting to impeach him. School is expensive, Mike. It is truly expensive. I was principal of the career campus here before I retired, before I left VISD, and I went someplace else 5 years, before I retired. I was principal of the career campus, and I had all of the shop classes. Fishing Queen, thank you for coming in. How are you doing, young lady? Hope you're doing well. Yes, a Democrat assassinated President Lincoln. Lincoln was the first Republican president. His party was the new party. Let me see. Fozzy Moto Man. F-O-Z-Z-Y Moto Man. I will link your channel. They are trying to change all that now. Christopher Gadsden, creator of the flag for the Hudson Slopes that tried to stop the British warships on Lake Champlain, is now a racist flag. You know, come and take it's now a racist flag. Don't tread on me is now a racist flag. Nita's Cooking Show. Thank you for coming in, Nita. You know, I always thought when I was a boy, I always thought that Canada would become part of the United States. I still think it will. Of course, for Canada to become part of the United States, Jacob Melton was timed out. Thanks, Mike. I don't know what Melton said, but thank you. Canada has gone so far to the left, they're now trying to confiscate people's weapons for self-defense. Next thing you know, they're going to be wanting to confiscate knives, because people do use, not a lot of the jihadi types use knives, and you put forth a lot more effort with the knife than you do with the gun, but you can kill a bunch of people with a knife if you know what you're doing, where you're at. Do I do feet pics? Sounds like a nut. I've got some weirdos that have been coming in here. We've had to drive off some trolls. 14 in the house, 14 likes. I will be putting out a list tomorrow of items that you need to be buying, that you need to be prepared with. This weekend, I'm going to try to get a lot done with my channel. Next weekend, I'm probably going to have to do some training. We're going to be having a state visit from the Texas Education Agency on our special education program this year. And I've got to go through a 12-hour training. So I figure 6 hours a day, 2 days. Next weekend's going to be screwed. But I will try to do my live streams. Ulysses Rasparas, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. No, we don't need weird stuff. Mike, I'm going to order some more cases. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do a video, or I might do it on a live, or I just might do it on a premiere or whatever. But I'm going to open up a case, and I'm basically going to open up the rations and pull out, and we're going to inventory what came with that case. And it may be that will be some stuff that I send out in gift boxes. It's rough on kids. It is rough on young people. For one thing, where I come from and when I came from, you learn to defend yourself. You were taught how to defend yourself. I'm 6'3", I think. I used to be 6'3", 200, I used to be about 240, 250 pounds. I'm about 230 now. I'm not in shape the way I used to be. But I was taught how to hurt people when I was a kid. My father wanted to make sure that I knew how to defend myself. And I didn't have a lot of trouble. Matter of fact, I used to take up for the kids who were bullied, And the bullies didn't want to mess with me because I had a little bit of a reputation that I'd hurt a couple of bullies. Word gets around, I took karate when I was a teenager. And then as an adult, I was into Taekwondo. Matter of fact, at one point, 20 plus years ago, I was going to open up a studio. My master was going to sponsor me to open my own studio. Women have their strength in their legs. A woman in her legs is stronger than a man's arms. So a woman has more power in her legs than a man does in his arms. If you know how to use your strength, and if you are trained, a woman can do a lot of damage to a man in defending herself. Tabletop VR. Has anyone told you that you look like Santa? Oh, you got jokes. I used to do Santa. When I was a principal, I would let my beard grow. I've been letting my beard grow. I would let my beard grow, and then a couple of days before school would get out, I would do photos. We'd set up a display, and we would do photos with the kids. Another principal friend of mine, he would be an elf, little guy. He would be an elf, and I'd be Santa. And we'd take pictures, and I got pictures of that, you know. So yeah, I've been told I look like Santa. You're a solid 5'12", 6 foot tall. My father was 6 foot tall. He was the short brother. My Uncle Howard, he's still kicking. He's 92 right now. He was about 6'5". He was a Georgia State Highway Patrol. He put 32 years in Georgia State Highway. And big guy. Made me feel small. That info, but do you got a band though? Say what? No wonder their thighs are so big. Oh dear God. I got trolls coming in here right now. We got trolls. They're saying stupid stuff. I apologize to everybody. 11 in the house, 14 likes. If you have not left me a like, please leave me a like. WD Glock and Roll. Thank you for coming in, WD Glock and Roll. But I will be back tomorrow for my Saturday edition. We will be talking prepping. And we will be talking what you need to have. I'll have some prices. I'm going to be posting on my community wall. Probably not this evening, and probably tomorrow I'll be posting a bunch of posts on my community wall. I've got a bunch of shout outs I need to do from the last couple of days today. I need to shout out a bunch of channels that I appreciate. I'll be mailing out a couple of boxes tomorrow. Wayne, oh Lord, I will be I'll be looking to see what I can get as far as cases are concerned. I'll try to give some prices, what's a good deal. And K-drama, what is this K-drama? 258 subscribers, 13 videos. Alright, K-drama, I will link your channel. K-drama seems to have a legitimate channel. Some of her stuff shows kids. Yes, I tend to go with people like foreignmre.com. I go with Walmart and Amazon. I look at Ozark Outdoors. There are certain places that I go looking at what my options are. I'm not a real big eBay person, but thank you for that, Mike. Old Fart Gaming, thank you for coming in, Old Fart. I will be getting your box mailed out tomorrow. You should get it latter part of this coming week. I will let you know what the tracking says. I should be getting a box tomorrow. I should be getting a box in tomorrow from my friend Guru and Wahoo the Turtle and Echo, Living My Best Life at 60. They sent me a box. I should be getting it tomorrow. Supposedly the tracking says it'll come in tomorrow. I need to go check on that. And I need to get your box mailed out. I need to get AK Fabe's box mailed out. And I need to finish my I need to get my 1,400 subscriber video finished. I'm working on 1,500 right now. Lynn Arts and Design. Lynn Art and Design. Thank you for coming in, Lynn. Another excellent channel. If you are not connected to Lynn Art and Designs, I encourage you to connect with that channel. Lynn has a very good channel. She puts out some very good artwork. I truly enjoy when I have time to look at her channel. I will be shouting out these channels tomorrow on my wall. I finished GOW. I'm in a World of Tanks tourney right now. I tell you what, old fart, I need to send you the link to the cookout scene from Blazing Saddles. It's a little over a minute. It's very funny. I'm sure you've seen it. I sent it to my wife and my daughter. Slim Pickens. I love Slim Pickens. May he rest in peace. And whenever I think about the title of your channel, I think of the cookout scene from Blazing Saddles. That'd be a good theme for you. Danger Dale. I will link this other channel. Just came in. $12 in the house, 62 minutes, 16 likes. If you haven't left me a like, please leave me a like. Ursan Libetawani channel. Thank you for coming in. Hello, Scooter. Scooter 82. I thought I had given you standard moderator, Scooter. Let me link your channel again. And let me give you standard moderator. Cole Ryan 32. Let me look at your channel, Cole Ryan 32. You have, looks like you're into gaming. All right, let me leak your channel, Cole Ryan. I just linked Cole Ryan. I tell you what, Cole, I'm going to add you as a moderator. Be on your best behavior. And Jabalino, thank you for coming in, Jabalino. Deuteronomy 31:6, huh? Okay. Cole Ryan, I joined your channel. We are now connected. Thank you for coming, Scooter. Good morning, Jebelino. Thank you for coming. 13 in the house, 18 likes. We're 65 minutes, 66 minutes into this live stream. It has been a day for me. My weekend began at 4 o'clock. I'm back end of third week of school for me, back teaching. Met with one of my parents today, invited her to the open house this next week on the 13th. Easton Kelly Armed. Thank you for coming in, Easton Kelly Armed. I will be linking channels on my community wall tomorrow. Doing shout outs. I thank you for coming in. I thank you for all your support. Please remember the Boy Scout motto to be prepared. Everybody be prepared. If you're not buying your preps, you need to be buying your preps. You need to be making lists. You need to be checking it. You need to be shopping, comparison shopping. See what you can get on sale. Make sure you have food and water. What happens if there's a power outage? If you take medication, you better have a 90-day supply of it. You've been listening and putting a new firing pin in an antique 22 rifle. I have several 22 rifles. They're not antiques, but I understand what you're saying, Walter. 20 likes. Thank you, Fishing Queen. Hopefully we'll talk again this weekend. 67 minutes into the live stream. Everybody be prepared. Everybody have a blessed day. Treat people the way you want to be treated. When you connect, identify yourself as a new friend or a new channel, new subscriber. Leave a supportive comment. Leave a like. Watch 5 or 6 minutes of a video. Do that with 2 videos. Hopefully the connection will stick. The purge is real. Everybody have a wonderful day. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Thank you.